Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Muse with Ginger Hopper. I am a mess today. I am perfectly imperfect today. We've talked about that before. So today I have, uh, I, first of all, okay, I'm a little distracted today. We've been waiting for a culvert to be replaced for so long. And was just talking with my mom on the phone. I said, gotta go live. I hang up with her, and all of a sudden, there's this horrible noise outside my window. And I look out, and there's a man walking my yard. Freaked me out because I thought he was inside the fence, but he wasn't. And there's a tractor out there and all this stuff. Apparently, they're going to tear up the culvert and didn't give us any notices. So all of our cars are inside the street, and none of us will be able to get out. If that's what they're doing, I won't have to go to work, so I'll have no way to get out of my street. They're probably just prepping it though. So, anyway, if you'll notice in the title today, it says Christmas. What I title it? Wow, I just forgot. What I totally forgot. But I know the first word was Christmas, and I spelt it wrong because it says CHRIST space MAS. Now it took me a minute to get online because it wanted to tell me, no, I'm spelling it wrong. It wanted to respell it either Christmas, one word, or Christ mad. So I had to fight with the machine to make it say what I wanted to say. Now, I did it intentionally because Christ Mass is Christmas. But so many people put Xmas, which is taking Christ out of Christmas, and he is the reason for the season. Let me show you what I did today. Let me pull up my handy dandy garbage can here. See all these Christmas cards in my, yeah, they're all in my garbage can. Why? Because I opened up my pack of Christmas cards. Last year I got 3 packs of 36 for like $5. So I thought, perfect. They got cute little animals on it until I open it up and I read, it's probably backwards for you. It says, Merry Xmas. I don't care how cheap they were. I will not mail out a card that takes Christ out of Christmas. That is the whole reason for the holiday. Don't mind my shirt. I just wore it to work. It's a penitentiary shirt. I shouldn't have wore it on here, and I apologize for that. But it was under my coat. It just put it on to be warm. Anyway, if you're taking Christ out of Christmas, you're doing it wrong, people. Here's my opinion, okay? This is my opinion. If you don't believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins, stop celebrating Christmas. Stop giving the gifts. Stop accepting gifts. Stop decorating. Stop doing all the stuff. Stop fighting with people. Well, go ahead and fight with people at the stores because obviously your heart's not in it correctly, right? Christ is the reason. But what is the best gift that you can give somebody for Christmas? There isn't a best gift you can give to somebody else because the best gift was already given, and it was given by Christ to us. We have received the ultimate gift, and nothing you can buy or put yourself in debt with is ever going to be that good. My thoughts, and I'm just giving them to you. It is God's birthday. Why don't you give him a gift? You're asking how? How do I give God a gift? Especially if you're a Christian, how do I give God a gift? I already, walk in faith. I do what I'm supposed to do. I read the Bible. I say my prayers. I do everything I'm supposed to do. How do I give God a gift? Be Christ-like. Give the love that he gave to you. Pass it on to someone else. Instead of buying that new Roomba robot carpet cleaner thing, put you in debt for $100, split that up. Give 4 needy people $100 a piece or $100 worth of groceries. You only have $20 to buy everyone's Christmas presents this year? Take that $20. Buy a gas card for somebody struggling to get to work. And when you write out your Christmas cards that you hand out at Christmas under the Christmas tree, there's no presents from me. You're all going to get a card that says, this year I had $20 to give to Christmas. I gave it to someone struggling so they could get to work. My gift to you is showing love to others. I hope I can pass that gift on for you to do the same next year. Something like that. You know those kids who are going to be throwing a fit, but I wanted this. And you only got me that. Tell you a story what I did to my kids one year. They were all teenagers and they were actually not all of them. The youngest. I'm just going to say it. The youngest. Excuse me. It was my youngest and my husband's youngest. We were and they were teenagers and they were brats and everything had to be perfect. We were all there. We all know. Okay, it's all right. Um, but we asked them, what do you want your big gift to be this year? And they were like, I want this and I want that. And they were, just being normal teenagers. I'm not putting them down. It's just normal teenage stuff. And they were throwing a fit. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but I got so angry with how greedy and selfish they were being that I said, you know what? That is it. I took them downtown Toledo, Ohio, where they had the churches all lined up with different foods. And I had them standing next to me and I made them serve food to the needy who were coming out. It was like, I don't know, 5 degrees outside. There was snow and ice everywhere. There's people walking up with no shoes, just socks on. There was people with no coats coming up shivering. And they were just coming to get their dinner. And I'll never forget, my boys were standing next to me. And this little boy walks up. He's got on a brand new pair of tennis shoes, right? Don't judge. Had no coat on. He had a white t-shirt on that was all just stained up and horrible looking. And these real thin, wore out sweatpants with brand new red Nikes. And he comes up and he's shivering. Is it okay if I get 2 dinners? And he said, my little sister's at home alone. I just came over here to get us some food. My son looked at him and looked at me. And I said, well, of course you can have 2 meals. So my son stuck an extra scoop in there. And here comes this trailer pulling up. And the little boy goes, oh, can I come back and get that? The coats are here. And my son, he says, yeah, I'll have it ready for you. The kid walks over. In fact, and then that's when my son looked at me and goes, Mom, I'll be right back. Now, we're not in a very good neighborhood. And my son takes off, and I'm stuck there with the other son, and I don't know what to do because I don't want my son out of my sight. My son had walked over to that little boy, patted him on the back, and said, come on, I'll help you. Went over, got him set up with the people, got him a coat. Then he runs back over and grabs the food for the little boy and walks it over to him and hands it to him. And I thought, my son just saw. He just saw what it was like to be needy. Well, that same Christmas, they had all got to unwrap their gifts, and I told them, you guys each get to pick one of the 2 presents one of the 2 big presents you got to keep. Well, they were still being punished. And so out of the 2 presents, they each picked the one they wanted to keep. It's the one they wanted to keep I made them give away. Because when I asked them, why is that the one you want to keep? They said, because I've been wanting this. This is what I asked for. This is what I wanted. And I reminded them that there's so many kids that don't get anything for Christmas. So the one you wanted is the one you're going to give away. and you're gonna be happy about it because we can always go out and buy that again later. It really taught those boys they were upset with me that year, but it really taught the boys that giving and loving and sharing is so much more. Because what if Christ said to us, "You know what? I wanna save everybody, but I really wanna keep this blessing for myself." He didn't. He said, "I love you so much. I am going to save all of you. I am going to die for all of you. And for all of your sins, I'm gonna do this for." Now, he did ask God, "Lord, is there any other way?" And the Lord said, "No." So he didn't stomp, he didn't throw a fit, he didn't have a little temper tantrum. Instead, he spread his arms and said, "Okay." What if he would have thrown a little temper tantrum? Where would we be at right now? I like to tell people that I'm immortal, not because anything I did, but because I know when I die, I'll be living even better than what I am now because I chose to follow Christ's lead. Matt every year asks me what I want for Christmas. And every year I tell him the same thing. I want to go up to somebody who really is less than, and I want to give them the money that you were going to spend on me for Christmas. That's really what I want to do. And his response is always, "How do you know they're really needy? How do you know they really need that?" Guys, it doesn't matter what you are judging about them. They may not need it. They may just be acting like it, but you're still going to receive the blessing. You are still honoring your father. It's them who has to pay their price for not following Jesus. I hope all this makes sense. I wanted to throw something in here real quick. Y'all know my book is coming out. Pre-orders are going to start in the next couple days. I'm really excited about that. If you have any youngins, you're going to want that. I'll put on the link when it comes up. But today, I don't want to talk about my book. I want to talk about this book. This book is called The Invincible Family Project. Everyday families creating hope for their future. Um, that name right there, Amanda Moss. She is my dearest friend. She I'm gonna call her out here. She is the one that I'm always talking about that we bounce back and forth ideas and stuff off each other. We're actually going to Nashville to go to ULA. We leave Thursday morning and we'll be there till Monday. And we're taking a couple of extra days to spend in Nashville. But you know, when she told me this book was coming out, there's a whole, I think there's like 21 women's stories in here that are a collaboration, putting this together, telling you how their life was and then how their life is now and what what's changed for them. And yesterday I finally received the book in the mail and I went straight to Amanda's page and I read it. And I have to tell you, I was left in tears because she never told me what she wrote about. I know her life story. I know all about her situations. But when I read her story on paper, it it's just it's very heartwarming knowing that there are people that go through things that even though you think you know everything they're going through, you don't know the details. You don't know the little thoughts that run through their head. You don't know the little bits and pieces that they're going through. But it seems like when it's on paper, it's easier to put down because when you're talking with somebody, you could be interrupted or you feel like you're being judged. On paper, it's just put down there and it kind of changes your view. I highly recommend it says we're on a mission to make the family bulletproof. It's by Martha Krejci. The book was released by Martha Krejci and her team. But it's all about how to change your life for the positive, how to take control of your situation. You know, there's so many times everyone thinks that, okay, you're supposed to go to school, now you're supposed to go to college, now you're supposed to get a 9 to 5 job, and you have to do this and you have to do that. The society telling you again what you're supposed to do, just like these little girls I see is, well, I don't have a boyfriend. I need a boyfriend. No, you're 13 years old. You don't need a boyfriend. That should be the last thing in your mind. Society has told these people how we do things, what's the right way to do it. Let's shake things up. Let's read books like this. Let's take courses and programs that help strengthen our families. Let's believe in God so much. What's the saying? Have the power of the blood so strong that a mosquito bites you, it starts singing. There's power in the blood. Let's start taking control back of who we are as Christ's children. Let's take back Christmas as the Christ mass that it's supposed to be. Let's be strong in our belief. We're not going to change everyone's mind. We're not going to have all these believers all of a sudden going, oh, yeah, you're right. No, we're probably going to be poo pooed a lot. But you know what? We know what we're doing is for the right reasons. We know where we're going. We know what we need to be doing. So if you get a chance, get on Amazon. I'll put the link for my girlfriend's, Amanda's link in the comments so you can order it directly. Um, I'm not sure if it's discounted that way or not, but I'll put the link in the comments afterwards. You're gonna want to get this book. Um, you really want to start changing your family by you know believing, leading in faith, knowing what Christmas is all about, reading self-help books. I know, all over the place today, guys. It is what it is. This is what I do. You all know that. So I will go ahead and I will put the link in the comments. I love you all. Have a phenomenal day. I will see you again tomorrow morning at 9:30 right here on the Morning Muse.